For more now on Premier Li's visit to Canada, Professor Zhang Zhixin from the China Institutes of Contemporary International Relations joins me on the phone. Hello, Professor Zhang. Now, Premier Li said China and Canada have decided to strengthen relations across the board and through multiple mechanisms. How will this decision affect bilateral relations in the future?
In the past 2 decades, China and Canadian relations experienced some difficulties. The bilateral relations have were heavily affected by the party changes in Canada. When the new Prime Minister Justin Trudeau came into power last year, the two countries had a new opportunity to advance bilateral relations. That is why we see that Prime Minister Trudeau paid a successful visit earlier this month to China, and the two countries signed several economic cooperation agreements and established annual dialogue between the two prime ministers, and high-level security and legal dialogue were also established. And I think these arrangements and agreements will enhance the understanding between two governments and people as well, and will increase cooperation between the two countries' business community. Therefore, they will enrich the bilateral strategic partnership and bring more benefits to the Chinese and the Canadian people.
Now, the two countries have signed an arrangement to fight crime, and they're also said to have discussed a possible extradition deal. What do you think of the potential in combating crime, especially considering many of China's most wanted are believed to be on Canadian soil?
Yes. I think the negotiation of an extradition treaty between Canada and China has long been a sensitive issue in Canada. Even today, the opposition party is criticizing the Prime Minister Trudeau is giving up its principles for economic gain. I think it is a problem or difficulty that the Canadian government needs to overcome itself. Now, it's about 40 countries have signed the extradition treaty with China, and the international cooperation on combating corruption and financial crimes would not only benefit the country where the crimes happened, but also the whole international community. And also we see that in the past several years, Canadian government is willing to extradite suspects on the case-by-case rules. So I am personally optimistic about the future cooperation between the two countries.
All right, Professor Zhang, thank you very much. Professor Zhang Zhixin from the China Institutes of Contemporary International Relations.